What's up, dudes? It's Durian. Let's make it snappy today. 4 decks as usual, new set, exciting stuff. All faith, because that's really only what we got to work with. I'll talk a bit more about the decks as we go through it. So we'll just show the deck. I got a replay for each one that I feel shows kind of like what the goal of the deck is and the thoughts behind it and all that stuff. So let's get to it. First deck we got is Black Human Faith with Gore Magala. This card is why I wanted to build the deck. It is awesome. It's basically a unit that comes down, it wipes the field, giving +1 attack, -1 HP based on its own attack. So if you get Faith stacked up on it, it can just come in, wipe the field, and then be huge on itself. So we're playing Despair, Wail, and Perish to just maximize our Faith counters. We got a bunch of revive actions to keep bringing back our Faith. It's all about spamming Faith and just getting a ton of value. And the Gore Magala feels so good. You got to try out Gore Magala. And then there's also the Ebion. I can't remember the name exactly, but when a human dies, -3 HP to any random enemy unit, that card is insane. I think it needs to go up to 3, but I also really like shoot, I can't remember, Tachibana, the new Tachibana, I think that's his name, that gives just destroys something with 5 or less HP. That can just be like an easy way to snipe out a target. Having both of those is really nice. But I really enjoy this deck. I probably will be playing it more, mostly because Gore Magala feels amazing. Let's check out the replay. Okay, some replay time. I got some humans here. So I kind of like this hand. We've also got a few revive. We got 1 revive. And just something to get us started with our Faith shenanigans. What are we going up here against? Kikosho. This could be tricky, depending on how much Faith they get ramped up, because there's a lot of Faith. Now we only have actions, which is a little unfortunate. So we're going to have to figure our way around this, and he goes ahead trying to get some shields on his people, trying to protect them all. But we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice our own dude to give -3 HP to all the opponent. I could have snuck that in a little bit earlier, to be honest, and we could have got the bottom. So maybe if I probably should have recognized that a little bit faster, but it's okay. We're getting our Faith ramped up. We have 1 in the drop now, so I see that I have 2 revives, and I'd kind of like to sneak in a double revive play if possible. Like play 1, they get the response, they play another one, and oh, they have that legendary. So every time that shield breaks, they're gonna get a MP cost reduction by 1, and so that is a lot of shields. They've already broken 1 shield, but here we go. So I let my guy die, right? So now I can do double revives. We're getting the Faith going crazy. But I'm a little worried about, at this point, I'm a little worried about keeping up with that legendary that's just going to keep reducing the cost in their hand. But hopefully, our just onslaught of little Faith dudes will clench it out for us. And the prelude to ruin, trying to give a shield, break it, so that they reduce the cost of something in their hand, and just do 2 damage. So I'm like, all right, well, let's try to get some value out of our units before they die. And he does it again. All right, well, all right, that was kind of a waste, but it's okay because the Faith activated really well. And we got some beefy units now. Unfortunately, get reset by that the unit he played in the bottom. I cannot remember his name. I got to do more name memorization practice this time around. But there's more revives, dude. We just keep getting the Faith, and we finally got a Gore Magala in our hand. I've been talking up that card. Let's see what it can do, and we're getting close to a hero art as well. So, oh my gosh, more shields, more MP reduction on their part. And so now I'm trying to figure out how I am going to play this. I literally just looked up her name, but we go for the Tachibana so that we get rid of that legendary. Finally, I don't want to deal with it anymore. But now I am waiting. I want to play that unit, the -3 HP when your friendly one dies, and get a really solid DWP going is my goal. So we're going to wait for Tachibana to die, get that little extra value, and then DWP. That is the game plan. He goes for this one. There's not a lot of faith activation. I think the opponent just really needs to cycle at this point. Maybe trying to protect their one big threat, but it will not be safe. So boom, that. And then ascending with the Tube Fox just to take that out. And we've got so much pressure. We've got a 512 Gormagala. That is going to just demolish anything we want when we drop that down. And hey, look at that. Look at that unit with 5 HP. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to drop it down now? And I'm like, you know what? I'll kill my Tube Fox, but I'll get the bottom one back. And yeah, I do not blame you. That's rough. All right, let's talk red. Red this time, I feel like there's quite a few ways to play it. You've got machines, which I think would be fantastic. Machine Celestial Envoy is something I want to try out. But we're doing the humans build. Just a huge fan of humans, the humans archetype. So we're trying that out, see how it works. And I love the new Leon. When you destroy something with damage, you get a 3 cost straight out of the deck. That card is fantastic. So it's kind of the same usual, try to get some on-play damage when you're playing humans, control the field, play a little tempo game, keep up the pressure, and seal the deal. You've all seen it before. It's just a new iteration on that I quite like, but I'm excited to try out the other red decks too. And it's replay time! Red replay time. Typically with humans, we're looking for some combos. So we got Cody and the blonde girl. Dude, my names today, what's going on? But having that as a nice little play, because we can drop the Cody, then we could drop her, she'll get +1 attack, she'll give us that 3 art charge, and we'll be able to deal with the Kuroda up top. Joe C. Kuroda, I can remember that one because it's ridiculous. And that should be a fairly reasonable start here. Just waiting for the right time. Willing to take some damage just to set up our little combo there. And then let's see what's going on. It's kind of rough. We get a lot of high cost cards in our hand. I'm not a huge fan of that, and so now I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. We could play another Cody. We could play the girl down again. Let's just try to do that. Get a little bit of extra damage in, and then if that hits, and we play our dude, then well, it doesn't hit, but that would have been 6-2, and then 2 from Cody's attack, and then 2 from playing something. Would have been nice. And so now I'm trying to like, oh, can I squeeze in a Cody +3 costs? No, I'm not fast enough for that. I don't got those. But we'll see what the dealio is here. We got a Leon, so pretty excited about that. Trying to figure out how I can work that into our little strategy we've got going here. But we're just gonna go ahead, keep playing that, get our art charge going. That 3 extra art charge is fantastic. So, but that one gets stolen. So I was like, okay, well, at least I can just play this other one and get rid of that flyer. Because, dude, that flyer. Have you guys played against the owl? The owl is obnoxious, dude. -1 damage taken when it gets a little bit of attack buff. Oh my gosh, get it out of here. I don't want to deal with it. So we're just kind of waiting now, building up. And he plays that one. And I'm like, okay, well, I can play the 3 cost back, and that should trade pretty reasonably with it. But I realized I should have gone the Leon, because with the Cody out there, the Leon would have done 4, and then Cody would have done 2, and then I would have got my dude, and then he wouldn't have been, well, he would have been able to do this thing, but we would have still had Cody on the field and not had to like commit too much because it was kind of obnoxious, but whatever. I end up using Cody or the Leon anyway, and we get another, I think her name's Ashley. And look at this, 40 art charge, 40 AP, pretty solid. And The Mirage Decoy. I think the Mirage Decoy is actually a pretty solid hero art now, especially because all the face stuff going around, you can kind of like negate what's going on there, but it is what it is. I managed to have some speed there. I snuck in the hero art, so we get a free unit. That's what I love about Leon. It's like you're getting that free unit no matter what. So sneaky, I grab a little shield there just to make sure our Leon can stay alive. And 4, I see the 4, I strike. We got jolts, that's going to do 4. That'll also give us another unit. He says, no. So I'm like, hey, we get another one. And he says, no. And I was like, should I use this other one? And I was like, you know what? He's got no MP. He's got no Mirage Particles. So let's just get rid of it. Fill up our field with the last unit. And this is a lot to deal with. And I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we can ascend over these guys, get Lucia going, but it don't matter. The opponent's had enough. Our third deck today is going to be Green Yawn. Nice. Like my jacket. So Green Yawn. I saw Faith, and I was a little confused about Green for a bit. I was like, maybe I can use Yawn to help cycle Faith. You can play Ramen to get all the Faith units back and keep going. And I did manage to pull the legendary Green Dragon, which is actually pretty good. You kind of just save him till late game and slap it down when he's huge, ideally, after getting a bunch of Faith. You hope you get the Faith on him, then he's kind of a big beefy flyer that's really obnoxious. And the Ukanos, I think Ukanlos, dude, I don't got names unlocked today. I don't have the names unlocked today. That one it gives you 5 healing split amongst your people when you play it. That card, cycling that card seems to be the most effective. I was also thinking about that too. But this deck definitely has some tricks to it. I'm not sure if it's the best way to play Green Faith. But it's definitely a good start. I feel like there's something there. Probably just needs more legendaries, if I'm being honest. So let's see how that kind of plays out. Green means go. Looks like we're up against the change form potentially, but this is solid. I mean, we got an MP booster. We have the unit, the card that pulls out a unit from our deck. If it has Faith, it reduces the cost. We do have these felines. Sometimes it pulls those. That feels bad. It feels really bad, but I think it's worth it to have the little extra MP boosters because Jan really likes having the extra MP to help cycle through the deck. And our Ukanlos is going to be kind of our MVP here. We'll try to keep him alive. And deal with the opponent's field at the same time. And then maybe we can get going with our extra cycles. There we go. Nice. We'll win the trade. We got our feline boosting up our NP. We got another Ukanlos. Ooh. It's a solid start, if I do say so myself. The opponent looks like they're struggling a little bit, I will say. Struggling a little bit. But our first Ukanlos went down, so we play the other one, keeping the feline healthy. And then we are getting some shields. It's all about keeping that Ukanlos alive, especially in the center. The splash damage of the spillover is going to go crazy. And right now, I need to seal that 5 cost up there. I don't want my units to be losing life for no reason. I kind of realized it's slow. I should have recognized that much faster. But I realize it here as I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to protect my Ukanlos. And then it's like, wait a second, I have a seal. Let me just seal that girl. Get her out of my face. But if I had done that a little bit earlier, then our top would still have 4 HP instead of 3 HP. But you live and you learn. I got to be a little bit more faster at recognizing situations. And there is our resetter. I didn't really talk about this card much before, but it's fantastic. Resetting a random enemy unit to 2/4 is so powerful. And probably one of the best cards in this deck besides Ukanlos. I can't really decide. Sometimes it's really awkward. So like in this situation, I know I'm going to use that 4 cost to reset Tachibana. Lagombi, there we go. And so I'm waiting for that top lane to die. But if my opponent was aware, they could have played another unit in the center and avoided this situation altogether. It made me 50-50. I was trying to avoid the 50-50, but they let me just get the guaranteed. So probably misplay from them if I had to say so, but what can you do? What can you do? And we do have the legendary in our hand, which is starting to get a few. I mean, we got one faith counter there. And we'll just get the Ukanlos, get them stacking up, get our yawns going. Probably play it on the feline, just so it lives, we get MP, it dies, we get MP. It's a win-win for us, I'd say. And pretty just kind of chilling, getting our MP back, taking a few hits here and there. Oof. Ukanlos, number 3, finally got to that. It's going to help us out there. And destroying our Ukanlos. JK, we're going to replay it. That's going to give us another 5 HP split. 3 to us, 2 to the top, the Morrison. But oh boy, the change forms coming in. The Tachibana, we reset him to a 2-4 and he's back to a 4-7. What is this? But we're going to go ahead and use our shield and make sure we take care of that Tachibana while keeping our Ukalos. And all this, I'm telling you, this split damage is really what's keeping us in the game at this point. And I see at the top, the Morrison is going to be able to trade there. So I'm trying to take those trades. Ow, that's a big 6. But I did want the Faith a little bit. And there we go. Again, same thing. MP booster, using Yawn on it. If it stays, we get MP. If it dies, we get MP. But it's going to go ahead and trade there. And oh, look at the 7-9. A 7-9, baby. We're just going to slap it down. Unfortunately, missing out on its on play because we didn't have a unit in our hand. But it was kind of looking risky. Boss, big 7 damage. Kind of looking risky to keep playing more cards. I'm not really ready to ramen yet because it's a big commitment. And this Decapre, yeah, we're going to seal that. I don't want to deal with that. Do not want to deal with that. So he's like, let me get some life back. But with 2 MP left, I just ramen away just because I know I might as well take use of that. But this is bad. It's bad. It's bad news for the opponent. I don't think there's anything they can do. They don't think so either. And this is a lot of surrenders today. And our 4th deck for today is purple. I originally wasn't going to do purple, but then I couldn't get the video out yesterday. Truly a day 1 deck video, but I owe it to you since it's a little bit later than I wanted it to get purple. And the way I see purple, this set is a control style. You got a lot of bounces to help mitigate all the faith bonuses, the faith buffs, and that's really how you want to play. And you'll see in the replay that I am just kind of managing the opponent's fields with a lot of bounce effects, a lot of return to the EX pocket, and getting my value out that way. Time for purple. So I will admit I forgot to Malign here. It's not a great hand, but we do have Gen, who hopefully can get us started a little bit. This one was a little interesting because when I was finding this match, I played against a lot of other purple decks that were like just using more legendaries and just being better in general, and that was kind of frustrating. So it took a while. I think this deck shines a lot more against the other colors besides purple, but we do what we can, and there you go. It's like he plays something, and then we'll just play our thing, and it's equivalently like getting a 3-5 for 3 because we bounce a 3 on his side, so that's kind of nice. We mirror each other with Moris. Try to sneak in. So I waited there for my Mori to get hit so I could try to sneak it in before our Mori attacks, so we get double value off this attack down. And cornered prey, kind of annoying. Gonna take out our guy on top, but it's fine. It's fine. I was kind of hoping that he would get the faith on something, but we do have the Mori. And the powerful part about this Mori is that if you have him in play you can play the owl and it will get its buffs just like that without you having to RNG the faith into it. It's great. It's great. So now I'm looking, I want to bounce that Kuroda probably just to get some extra value. So either Gen or the other dude, the machine. But he destroys our owl. Dang it, dude. So I go for the Gen, hoping to bounce the owl and then just trade with, or just beat out the Kuroda in manpower. Old manpower. But it doesn't work out. Lose a 50-50, kind of. If you want to call it losing, I mean, I still get value out of it. And then he steals my Gen. Come on, man. Little does he know, there's only one in the deck, so I'm not feeling too bad about that one. But oh my gosh, check out our machine. That has 5 attack now. So now I'm in big saver mode with that because I know I can drop it down and get a 5 MP off the field. And that's what I really like about that card, but I feel like the faith never goes to it. You guys ever play this card? Do you feel the same way? It's like the faith never goes to that card. It's really frustrating. So I play the owl in the middle for some reason. Don't ask me. So here's one of the legendaries. We played the Ada Wong legendary just because it can play pretty much everything in our deck straight from the hand. It's pretty nice. But I'm waiting for that lock to go away. We can Mirage Decoy both of the owls away, which is like, oh yes. Oh yes. And he does not like think about that. Really, dude, you really should not have played the buff on the 3 cost. See ya. Would have made things a little bit trickier for me, and now we got the legendary Virgil. I feel like the story of this this video is me being too slow. The Virgil was out there for a decent bit. I could have just sent it back immediately, but instead I just wait to trade on the bottom and then send it back. Speed is important, dudes. Speed is important. Recognize situations. Think about what your opponent is going to be playing so you have your brain primed to respond effectively. And we got a few, the 5 cost universal bounce. It will bounce anything to the EX pocket for 5. I feel like that's very valuable. And we just kind of slapping down our Kurodas and whatnot. Letting things trade out while we figure out our next play. That owl, dude, the owl is back. I'm not too happy about it, but I don't know when I want to bounce it back. So I'm trying to figure out when that's exactly going to happen, you know? Because we are getting relatively close to the hero art. And we're getting a big, beefy Mori, but I opt for the Ada because I know that she's going to come in, she's going to trade with the Mori, and then Ada Wong will pop our Mori back in play, which is just, it's just fantastic. And then here's another, I'm just too slow. He plays again, it doesn't work at all because our units are too high, but our Mori, you can see he's left with 1 HP. If I had a time to play our own other Mori to bump our top unit to 7 attack, and then it would just be dead. I wouldn't even have to worry about the backswing. We would have been fine. I'm just a slow old man. I don't know what to say. But we play it now. And we are looking really solid. The 5 attack Mori on the bottom is going to take that Lilith out. 7 attack on the top is either going to trade with something or, you know, he's going to die. And the 7 attack takes out his Virgil yet again after we return it to the hand. And I figure if he blocks, he doesn't block. Even if he blocks, I'll use my hero art to return the owl on the next one. And we win. Whoa. The 5th deck, if you made it this far, you get a special 5th deck. And that 5th deck is Choral Orchestra Machines. I had to try it out. I know a lot of people are trying out like Kikosho machines and just machines in general. People like machines. Machines are fun. But I was like, I gotta try Choral Orchestra because the new guy with the Darth Maul guy, when you play something, you get 1 MP back, and then you got the Prayons dudes that make 2 people, and then you can call Orchestra, that they get so much. I'm sorry, it's so shaky. I'm too excited. I thought it was really cool, and I just had to try it out. So we built this deck, just slap a bunch of Faith Machines. We can cycle them back with Ramen, because Choral Orchestra lets us reduce the cost, and you can really just drown people, which I think you'll see in the replay. It worked pretty well, so definitely give this one a shot. All right, let's check out this ridiculousness. MP Booster. I mean, if you have either MP Booster or Darth Maul, it's kind of like what I've been liking, just to get the ball rolling here. Choral Orchestra does take a while to get rolling, so if we can speed that up at all, makes me happy. And he's trying to steal our MP. You trying to steal our MP? That's not going to happen, my friend. That's not going to happen. Give a Faith unit +1/+1 and shield. Okay, we're just going to do it again then. That is fine by me. Fine by me. Now we're going to win this trade instead of getting demolished. Dude, the shield, the +1/+1 is one of the things that makes this deck so powerful, because you're playing 6 copies. You have the one that gives it to Faith and the one that gives it to your machines. And everything is a Faith machine, so everybody is having fun at this party. Everybody. So I'm just like, let's get these cards out. I'm not really ready to play anything in my hand just yet. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of advantage where I can. MP boosting up. That 3-cost action gives shield and faith to all our units, so it actually gives double faith if I recall correctly, which is just gonna it's gonna make our dudes explode. In in our hand, they're just gonna get ramped up with so many buffs, and boom, we got our first Choral Orchestra. Nice, you know, classic self-made effects. And then so he's finally got 3 units, and oh my gosh, just goes hard. Right of Loyalty, the shield and faith, he's copying me, but then he's also giving everything +2/+2. How do we get out of this? We're not playing those cards. But what we do is big question mark by playing the flyer. Really just no insight on that one for you guys. Literally 0 insight on that one for you guys. I'm sorry. I do not know what I was thinking. What I really wanted to do is have the Darth Maul guy out. We have Darth Maul guy out. He plays that unit that gives him a 2/5, but I was like, I don't want to respond. I need Darth Maul guy to live so I can place that guy, get 2, cost 3, gave me 2, so he only costs 1. It's 1 for 2 units? What? I honestly, that is one of my favorite things. We're going to try to keep Darth Maul alive here, because that is how we get back into this. I mean, we've managed to clear most of the big threats at this point. And another Choral Orchestra. Boom. Boom. But Darth Maul guy, and the 3rd Darth Maul guy back in our hand. Let's go. Pretty excited about that. Gonna try to trade up top, and dude, stop with these field buffs. I'm not down. So it turns in from a positive trade for us into an even trade like it was originally, which is fine. But we got Darth Maul guy yet again. Just doing Darth Maul guy things, being a 5/8. Can you believe how big this guy is now? That's crazy. I figure I might as well make use of this Mirage Particles, keep beefing up our dude. And again, just so much MP coming out. And now we got the 5 cost is down to a 3. We just keep stacking it up. I'm fine to trade because we have so much available. We got so much MP, play that for 3. Get back 1. It's a 2 cost 3/6. Oh my gosh. We're going to give our gang faith and shield again, so all our units are going to get huge buffs when they die. It's just like the ball is rolling now. We got Wong Core Orchestra yet again. The Flyers are stacking it up. He's taking big damage. Ooh, that's a that's a big 5/8 Prion, but is it enough? You cannot stop me. We got Flyer number 1 out, okay? Flyer number 1 out. Potentially could have given +1/+1 and a shield there to our Darth Maul to take out that Prion in one go, but we did not. So we'll keep him alive the old-fashioned way after the fact. Which seems to be a commonality for this video. And get a bunch of units back with the ramen. And now we got Flyers, huge 4 or 5 Flyers, and a full 5 MP on top of it. If he manages to deal with it, we can just flood back. And you can see, I mean, we aren't getting as beefy as the opponent throughout the game. Like, look at this. We're not as beefy, but we just keep playing units. This is the most valuable choral orchestra you've ever seen. And look, the fourth Darth Maul guy, because we just have so many, dude. It's preposterous. It's preposterous the value that we're getting here. But those Flyers are just gonna win us the game while I'm rambling. Booyah. Whoa. That's a lot of decks. 5 decks. I'm not sure which one I'm excited to continue playing the most. It's probably going to be DWP with the Gormagala. I really like playing that Gormagala. Let me know what you guys are interested in playing with this set. What have you guys been working around? Let me know. And what you'd like to see, because there's definitely some decks floating around there that I think I want to showcase on the channel. I mean, maybe the Burn Morgan. I feel like people are just bored out of their minds. They finally came up with Burn Morgan instead of Dante. I know that there is a purple-black change form deck going around, which seems pretty sweet. So we might touch that. But let me know if there's anything specifically that you've seen on the ladder that you'd like to go in depth on here on the channel. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, enjoyed the decks. Give them a whirl. They're pretty light on legendaries, so hopefully you all can give them a shot as is. And I'm gonna be thinking about what I want to use my souls to finish up a deck on, because it's gonna be tough. There's a lot of fun to be had with this new expansion. We held on to faith and it worked out. So, as we always do on the channel, keep on learning, having fun with me, Durian, playing some TEPPEN. I'll see you around. Peace.